The freeway was slick with rain when Rick Morgan's rig began to sputter. A veteran trucker with over 2 decades behind the wheel, Rick had seen just about everything the road could throw at him. But nothing had prepared him for the night he stalled out on Route 19, miles from the nearest town, just at the edge of a vast and ancient forest known to locals as Black Hollow. He cursed as the engine gave a final cough and died. The night was too quiet. Even the wind had stopped. Rick grabbed his flashlight and stepped out into the wet dark, muttering to himself about faulty wiring and useless mechanics. His phone had no signal, and the CB radio was a crackle of dead air. That's when he heard it, a voice, low, raspy, and wrong. "Help! Please!" Rick whipped around. The beam of his flashlight caught only rain and trees. The voice came again, closer this time. "Help me! I'm hurt!" The words were human, but the tone wasn't. It was like someone trying to mimic pain without understanding what it felt like. Against his better judgment, Rick stepped into the forest, calling out, "Hey, where are you? Are you hurt?" No answer, just the rustling of leaves and the occasional snap of a branch. He wandered deeper. The woods were impossibly vast. The deeper he went, the more disoriented he became. It was as if the forest shifted behind him, warping space and twisting the way back. The flashlight began to flicker. Then he saw her, a woman standing still beneath a dead oak. Her back was turned to him, her head cocked at a strange angle. Rick called out to her, stepping closer. She turned slowly. Her face was wrong. Too long, too pale. Her eyes reflected the light like an animal's, and her mouth split open in a grotesque grin that stretched too wide. Then she screamed. It wasn't a scream of pain or fear, but a high-pitched shriek that pierced the trees like a signal, and the forest answered. Shapes moved in the darkness. Long limbs, gaunt figures, faces that morphed between human and beast. Rick ran. Branches tore at his arms. Voices followed him. His voice. His mother's. Voices of people long dead. The Skinwalkers were playing with him, wearing the faces of memory, trying to draw him deeper. He stumbled, fell, and hit his head. When he awoke, the forest was silent again. But he was no longer Rick, at least not in the way that mattered. The next morning, a state trooper found Rick's rig on the shoulder of the road, engine dead, door ajar. No sign of struggle, just footprints leading into Black Hollow. Search parties were sent in. None came back. Locals say you can still hear a truck horn sometimes, deep in the forest, or see a flashlight flickering behind the trees. They say Rick is still in there, running. But once you enter the forest, you never come out again.